Alrighty. Alrighty. Here we go. All right. I think I'm the only one on. That's okay. This is my. I'll wait till somebody comes on to talk instead of just talking to myself because that's essentially what I'm doing. So we'll just wait till somebody comes on and says hello. We're going to dismiss that. I just had to reopen or restart my computer. I'm having some issues with the computer. So that, I just have issues with the computer. That's all there is to it. And every time I want the speakers or the microphone to work, I have to restart the computer because, it's what I got to do. So, it's kind of a pain. That's okay. That's all righty. Okay, now I have something I gotta. No. There we go. There we go. So just gonna wait for people to come on. If anybody comes on, I never know. I mean, this was kind of last minute, but so exciting, so very exciting that I have. Let me look. It was 101 the last time I looked at my subscribers. 101. That's pretty cool. I think it's cool. So I got something else opening because I just opened up, just every, all that stuff. I just reopened. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's wrong. It's rebooted. There you go. Yeah, we started. We started. Yeah. So let's see. Get out of there. My channel. 101 subscribers. Oh my god! I don't know when I started. Let me look and see when I start because let me see. I don't know how to find your channel. Maybe it'll tell me all this good stuff. How long I've been doing this. I don't know. Let's see. Demographics. About channel. Maybe it's on there. I don't know. Oh, I started in 2012. So 2012. Wow. Well, that's when I joined. I don't know if that's when I started. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I started in 2012. So that's 14 years ago. But I did not start it as a psychic comedian. I will tell you that. I just started a YouTube channel just because I was doing them. Oh yeah, I wanted to share. Somebody gave me a wonderful tequila, and I wanted to taste it. That was the start. Yeah, like you care. Honestly, you don't care. All right. So I'm always backwards. Because have you noticed? It's always backwards. It's always backwards. So, mm. So right now I'm just gonna maybe play a game or yeah. I'm here. Ooh. Ooh. Judy, are you on? Do a little chat. Let me know you're here because it says I'm here. So I hope you are. It is so exciting. Um, it says one person, but I don't know if that's one person watching or if it's me. I'm the one person. I don't know. I don't know. So there we go. And she says I am. Oh, that's okay. She says, I don't know how to do this. Join the club, sweetheart. Yeah, Tech and me, not best friends. Just saying. So just you can chat with me like this. This is fine. I have it up so I can see. I know there's a way. There's There's it, but I don't know about it on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Um, but I know there's like I have a little chat thing, but I don't know how to bring it up. I just don't know. I don't know. So, um, you know, I just saw Judy on Saturday. So we spent quite a lot of time together, and it was so much fun. But you want me to pull a card? What do you want me to do, girlfriend? You got a question? Just let me know, and I will do my best. Oh, she said that was a fabulous, fun class. We did Psychic Development 2.0. We had our first workshop on Saturday. It was a 3 hour class. Didn't actually go for the full 3 hours. It could have, but yeah, we had a lot of fun. Did a lot of discussion. Um, had a lot of fun. It was so much fun. Um, I got to hear from the participants about how they do stuff. Because honestly, I'm not an expert, and this is the way I do it. So I like to hear other people's input on what they do, how they do things, what do they use, um, what does their meditation practice look like, um, you know, what do they hear, what do they see, how do they get information, all that good stuff. Because we're all different, we all receive things differently. Um, some of us hear things, some of us see things, and here's, excuse me, just ate dinner. Sorry. Here's the thing about receiving information psychically is it's not at all like how we receive physical information. When I say I hear things, I don't mean with my ears. Although there are times when I do hear things with my ears, usually that's not psychically hearing things. That's when they want to be noticed, and they don't want just me noticing. They want other people noticing. Um, but most of the time, it's if I know things, see things, hear things, smell things, yeah, um, feel things. It's all through this area. It's all through the third eye or the pineal gland. It's through the melon. Oh, I like that, through the melon. Which sounds weird, but if you've read anything about dolphins, they do call this part of their head the melon, and that's where they receive a lot of their information is through their melon. So yeah, I'll claim that. Absolutely, I will. I'll claim the melon. I like it. I like it a lot. So so Judy's husband, Alberto, is the one who put me at the 100 mark on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Alberto. That was amazing. Um, I know it's, to other people, 100 is a very small number. To me, it is amazing. it's just, it's remarkable. It's amazing. I'm going to put this over here so I can see what Judy's saying. There we go. It's just really amazing to me that I am at 100 followers. It's just like, wow. Wow, there are people listening. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Um, so tonight is all about just answering your questions. If you want a card pull, I'll do that. If you want me to give you a quick read, I'll do that. It's all about just thanking you guys for supporting me, being there even when I didn't feel like anyone was there. If that, yeah, that makes sense. A lot of times when I do this, I feel like I'm just speaking into the ether. There's no one paying attention. But even if that's the case, I'm putting it out into the universe so that it can become physical. You know, the things I say, the things I do, the stuff I share, I try to do it for the betterment of the universe all the time. I'm not always successful. Let's be real. I'm still a human being. I still have all my human flaws, and I still get cranky, right? Don't we all get cranky? We get cranky and we don't want to deal. Yeah. I still get tired and frustrated and all those things that every human being gets. It's you can't get away from that because guess what, people? We are human beings. We are living a human experience. We're going to go through all the human stuff because that's the deal. Yeah, that's the deal. We are human, so we got to deal with the human stuff. Yeah, it's so much easier to say I'm just going to deal with the spirituality of it all, but we still gotta live. We still gotta live, and the whole purpose of us being here is that we gain the experience and share it, not just when we go back to wherever it is we come from at transition time, but to share with each other and to hold each other up to help with the growth, not just of ourselves, but of everybody else. And it's not just people. We're here for all the beings, and not just on Earth, everywhere. Everywhere. There's different dimensions, different planets, different um, galaxies. Ooh, I like that word. I like the galaxy word a lot. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay. For a minute, my my microphone thing wasn't moving, and it got me a little nervous. Gotta say. Um, so the things that I do, I try to keep in the forefront of my mind that I'm doing it not just for me, but for the betterment of all beings. Um, and that's really what I try to do. You know, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And I fail more than I succeed. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. So, ooh, that was a little bit of a soapbox, wasn't it? It sure was. Yeah. So, let's talk. What should we talk about? What topic do you guys want to hear? Trust me, I can talk for 2 hours. Ask Judy, she'll tell you. I can talk for 2 hours. I just need a topic. And if you guys won't give me one, well, then I will just make one up. Yeah. So if you want to hear me talk, just blather on and on and on, then stay quiet. That's fine. Um, but otherwise, pop in the chat what you want me to either pull a card for you, do a read for you, um, a question about any. You can ask me anything. I'm pretty much an open book, which makes some people uncomfortable, especially people I'm related to. So maybe I'll just tell you. You know what? I'll tell you a little bit about me because I bet you there's some people coming on who don't really know who I am and what I'm about. So I'll give you a little synopsis, a little bit of synopsis. Love that word, synopsis. Oh, that's a good word. So I am Stephanie Watson. I am known as the psychic comedian. Um, yeah, I see that. It does look like two are on so far. Um, Judy's like my secretary tonight. I like it. Yeah. So um, what did I say? Oh yeah, Stephanie Watson. I'm originally from New Jersey. I'm a Jersey girl. I'm 64 years old. I am a mother, a wife, a grandmother. I have the most amazingly beautiful, cute, intelligent, full of zest for life grandchild. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. And no, I'm not going to show you a picture. Thank you, Epstein Island and AI. Yeah, I'm not putting her up, but trust me when I tell you, she is just cute as a button and so alert. Um, so that is a big part of my identity right now as being a grandma. Unfortunately, they do not live close. They live on another continent. Um, but we do go and visit, and we do a lot of WhatsApp. Yeah, we do a lot of WhatsApp, talking to him today. So I do get to see her. She does know my voice, and she just smiles for her grandma. Let me tell you, she gives me the beautifulest smiles ever. So that's personal. Anyway, I lived in California for 3 years, moved to New York State, met my husband, was trapped there for about 30 years. And when I say New York State, I don't mean the really awesome part. It was kind of the foothills of the Catskills, also known as the armpit of America. Um, and yeah, it was very pretty. There was nothing there. Very depressed. The biggest, the biggest industry there was public service, like what family services, which is what I did. My husband was a peace officer, so we both worked for the county um, because really there was nothing else. It was you could do that, be a teacher, work for the state. There really wasn't much there, or work for Dollar Tree. So that was about all there was. Um, so we did that. We raised our daughter there, and then when it came time, we moved down to Virginia Beach, and we just we absolutely love it here. So I am now what's known as a damn Yankee. Um, my neighbor told me that the difference between a Yankee and a damn Yankee is that a damn Yankee doesn't go home. So I'm a damn Yankee because this is my home now, and I just love it here. So let's see. I started doing energy work. I started doing the work probably about 12 years ago, 11, 12 years ago, when I found out from some other people that I had abilities because, I just thought I was nuts. Anybody else? Anybody else think you're crazy? And when I started doing energy work, I was just doing it to see if I could, if that makes sense. Yeah, to see, is to I guess to prove to myself that this stuff is real. Um, I'm still doing that, people. Gotta tell you, I'm still proving to myself that it's real. But I started actually doing it professionally, I would say about 8 or 9 years ago. And when I say professionally, I mean accepting payment. Um, it keeps I pay for YouTube. I pay for a website, and to keep that going, it takes money. Unfortunately, like I said, we are still living in the living years, right? So I need that tool of greenbacks to keep that going. Um, I wish I could do this for free all the time. Sometimes I do. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, right now I'm doing it for free, right? Um, and it. I love doing the work. I really do. I love seeing the look in somebody's eyes when they are um, getting it. So I'm gonna pop something in the chat to see if you guys see this. Do you see this? Because maybe that'll show you where to go for chat. I don't know for sure. I don't know. Um, not sure how that works. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, telling you about me because I love to talk about me. So yeah, started doing it about 8 or 9 years ago. It really, I started it in New York, but it really started to, um, I don't want to say take off. Maybe I should. I don't know. It really started to gain momentum. That's the word. Thank you so much. When I moved down here, and I wouldn't say it's much more accepting, but I would say that there's uh, more openness than where I lived. Um, where I lived, there was a lot of inertia. People would, they just get stuck in their little rut and not move out of it. That this is how it is. We're not changing anything, and this is how it's going to stay. A lot of maybe it's hopelessness or um, yeah, just like accepting things, uh, or accepting that things suck and they're never going to be better. Does that make sense? So there was a lot of that where I lived. And then when I moved down here, number one, there's a lot of people. It's much larger than where I was. Um, and there's a lot more metaphysical stuff here. People aren't so much closed off to it. Even if they don't necessarily subscribe to that, they're not afraid to look at it. Whereas where I lived, there was a lot of fear based. There was a lot of what are people going to think of me if I do this. So um, I say a lot, don't I? I do. So coming down here freed me up pretty much. In I had a better base of people. Don't get me wrong, I still have quite a few people or quite a few clients from New York, friends, family, who they're wonderful support for me. Absolutely. So don't get me wrong. I mean, at least half of this 100 is New York based. Um, it's the way it is. That's great. Um, but it really started to gain momentum when I got to Virginia. And I don't know if it was more because I had retired and I had more free time, um, or just because this felt more like home. I knew I wanted to go someplace by the water. I had told my husband, oh boy, I told my husband that the universe told me it was time to go. And you can imagine the reaction that I got. But I knew it was, and I started packing the house, and that was a good year and a half before we actually moved. But I knew I was done. I knew I was done in New York. I was no longer called to be there. I was called to be by the water. So we found this amazing house. My house is remarkable. It really is. It's on a river. It has a basement in Virginia Beach. What? Yeah, I know. Crazy, but true. Um, and it's incredible. It's exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I put out to the universe that I wanted for my next and last home. Because trust me, people, I am dying in this house. Yes, I am. And even after that, I'm not leaving. Not leaving. Not leaving. No, no, no. So that's where I'm at now. Um, I do readings at a local pub in Virginia Beach called Papa's Pub, and if you haven't been there, you should check it out. They have the best wings. Oh my gosh, Wednesday night when I do my readings there, do it once a month. It's wing night, and the wings are just fantastic. My favorite are the garlic parmesan. They're so good. They're so crispy. They're just awesome. Um, I do that once a month. I became a sound healer, so I do sound healing in my home. I do readings in my home. Um, I do healings in my home. I did a shamanic. I guess that's right. I did a class in shamanism. There you go. So I incorporate that a lot into my healing practice. Um, I do cards. I read cards. I love reading the cards. It's so much fun. Um, and I read cards at the ARE, which is the Edgar Casey Foundation down on the ocean front. I do that usually once a month. Um, so I'm one of their readers. And it's just, I've just found places and people that are very open to what I do. And it's been very rewarding for me. I really, really enjoy doing what I do. I love helping people in any way that I can. And this seems to help. So that's awesome. So, what else do I want to tell you about? I told you I can talk. I can talk. So, let me tell you about my resident ghost. Actually, I have two. When we first moved into the house, and oh, by the way, I have written a book. Wait a minute, and it is for sale on my website, www.lovewearetree. It's also available through Barnes and Noble and Amazon, and it's entitled "Becoming the Psychic Medium: A True Tale of Self-Discovery." And this is pretty much the story of me finding out I had abilities and working on them and honing them and starting to use them. Um, so this a little bit of this story is in this book, um, but it's really cool. I think it's cool. So we had when we moved when we looked at the house, we knew we wanted it. We didn't know we could afford, if we could afford it. It all just really worked out. And the owner of the home at the time, somebody else made a bigger offer, but she wanted us to have it, and I am so grateful to her for that because this is my. It's more than a dream house. This is where I belong. It's part of me at this point. So when before we moved in, we were working on the house with a very good friend of mine, Teddy. She's also in this book. Um, and we did a lot of work, and I just kept getting really sick. And I wasn't able to do a lot of the work that I should have been able to do. And it had to do with my breathing. I would turn like this color when I was painting or doing any kind of physical manual labor. And I just I felt like crap. I really did. So at this time, while we're still working in the house, I would do, easier stuff. And one one evening we're having pizza, and uh, we're just, my husband Teddy and I were all talking, and I don't know who brought it up. I don't remember which one of us, but one of us brought up that they had seen somebody out of the corner of their eye walking down the hall, and all three of us had said, "Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, 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 yeah." So we weren't really sure what that was. So I kind of asked my guides what it was, and turned out it was the former owner who had died before. I don't think he actually died in the house, but he loved the house. His wife had told us he really loved the house. So it was him. And I would notice that there were two distinct energies that I would notice. One was very curious and confident, let's put it that way. And the other was like shuffling and slow. So I didn't know what was going on. Um, Fast forward a little bit, and we move into the house. We have a pool table in our home that was left here by the former owner, and it's in the pool room. There's actually a room, it's the pool room. And we never have the balls out on the table because, you know, we got a dog and a cat, so we don't want them playing on that. So they're always, it's like an old bar room pool table. Like, you need to do a quarter and da 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 da. So actually, it's you don't actually need the quarter. You can just put. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But got to fill the time. And so we always keep the pool balls in the pool table underneath, right? So one night we're sitting in the living room and we hear pool balls. We hear them clacking together. Like, do you hear that? He's like, yeah, I hear that. I'm like, go look. There's no pool. There's no pool balls on the table. There's none. We're like, what the what? That's just really weird. We're like, maybe we're just hearing things, but this wasn't the only time. We saw it a couple different times. So it came to, I don't know how I came to this realization, but somehow I did, that there were two aspects of this man left in the house. There was the part of him that absolutely loved the house and was checking to make sure that we were doing things properly. He was always watching John. I mean, when John was doing something, I could just feel him watching him. Like, you better do this right. You better do this right. The whole time John was painting, and when we had the carpeting put in, and when we had the floor put in, I could just feel the silent judging. I could just feel it. And apparently he was okay with all of it. But then there was this other aspect that was just miserable. And I came to the realization that we've got two aspects, and one of them is his death state. He's sticking around in his death state. He couldn't breathe. Hello, that's why I'm having issues. So I had talked to my friend Teddy about it, and she's so smart. Because she just says, well, why don't you have your people talk to his people? Yeah, why don't I? Here I am telling people they need to be in more communication with their guides, asking for help, asking for guidance, and I'm not doing it. So I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I hop in the shower because I'm like a water baby. I really connect really well when I'm in the water. And I hop in the shower and I start speaking with my guides. And they're like, that's a great idea. Let's talk to him. And I told him he was, you know, allowed to stay. I had no problem, but he has to let go of that death state because it's affecting my health. And there's no reason to hang on to it. That's done. It's over. Stay here, stay happy, enjoy the house as long as you like. You are welcome to stay here because we love it here and we're very grateful that we have this house. We're just so happy that we have this home and that you get to share it with us. Within seconds, I didn't have that weight on my chest anymore. It was gone. And that's when was it that night? I think it might have been that night or the next night that all of a sudden his his little dog is still here too, and we see him every now and then. And my dog doesn't care for it. I'll tell you that. But um, it's really it's wild because I'll walk in the kitchen and just maybe a month ago I opened the refrigerator door. What am I doing here? I don't know. I opened the refrigerator door and I went, "Oh, honey, I'm sorry," because I thought I hit the dog. Our dog. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. There was no dog there, but there was a dog there. Then, yeah, there was a dog there. So we see him every now and then, him or her. I think it's a him, and he's a little scruffy, little fluffy, like scruffy on the Captain and Mrs. Muir. I don't know if you guys remember that show. Little scruffy little guy. Um, and he had died actually the day before we came to look at the house for the first time. So yeah, so it's really nice to know that they're together, and being able to stay here. Um, I don't ever want. I mean, if he wants to leave, absolutely, I won't hold him here. But I don't want to get rid of them. Let's put it that way. I don't want to get rid of either one of them. They're more than welcome to stay and be part of our family because he loves the house just as much as we do. Yeah, yeah. So that's my ghost story for this house. Yeah, um, yeah. And I have ghost stories of other houses too, but that's this one. So I think I'm just gonna pull a card if you guys are okay with that. Um, what am I gonna use? Ooh, I'll use the butterfly cards. I know nobody's asked for one, but I'm just gonna pull one anyway because I want to, and I feel the need to. So we'll just pull it and see what it says. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, this is it here. Bountiful harvest. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, it kind of matches my background, right? Isn't she pretty? Look at that. Bountiful harvest. So what are we saying? There's butterflies at the bottom. There's flowers everywhere. Um, oh, look at her hair. If you can see her hair. Wait a minute. It's like a valley. You see that? How cool is that? And she's holding the world. And there's a dove. And there's all kinds of color. It's just beautiful. And what this says to me is there's so much there's so much in our lives right now that we don't even notice because we're just we take so much for granted, right? But there's so much abundance about us, around us, within us. Ooh, I like that very much. Within us that we should pay more attention to it. We should pay more attention to the things that seem inconsequential, but they're not. The the smile in your on your child's face, the tone in your spouse's voice when he says something to you, the smell in the air when you walk out your front door. Um, all these things are part of the bounty of living, and we tend to, I won't say forget, we tend to not notice. We tend to just gloss it over like it's nothing when really it's everything. It's everything that we are thinking about, looking at, hoping for, um, all that stuff. It's just an amazing, bountiful time. Um, Even in the worst of times, even in times when things are really, really tough, there's still things that we can look around and not just be grateful for, but be amazed about. And that's really, really something I try to work on, is to see the miracles in everything. Because just the fact that we walk, talk, breathe is a miracle. Just the fact that I'm doing this and people can watch it, how miraculous is that? I mean, 100 years ago couldn't do this, right? I don't know, maybe a million years ago they could have. Maybe there was a whole different thing going on then. I don't know. But I know 100 years ago, couldn't have done this. So this is, to me, this is a miraculous, wonderful thing, and something that I don't want to take for granted. I want to always be grateful and notice it, notice these things. Because I don't think we notice a lot of stuff. I think yeah, we just we let so much slip by that it's almost a crime. I mean, how much we let just slip through our fingers, go, fly by us, or that we even deny. There's so much that we just we deny it's really there because, well, nobody else sees it, nobody else talks about it. Um, the people that talk about it know more than I do. The heck with that. You know, don't let people talk you down or tell you that you don't know something when you know it, Judy. We know stuff, and it's a gift to us from source, and we need we don't need to, but it's best if we recognize that and acknowledge that yes, we do have these little gifts, these little presents, that all we need to do is unwrap them. Just unwrap them and look at them, be aware of them, because so much of what happens we're just not aware of. And I'm just as guilty as everybody else. I really am. So much happens, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, what? But not everything has to be broadcast. Not everything is newsworthy, and not all the news needs to be paid attention to, right? Right. So check in with yourself. Check in with source. Now, for those of you who don't know, I call God source because my belief system is that source is the source of everything. Everything. Not just the good, not just the bad, everything, all of it. And then we have a free will to do with it what we will. That is our biggest gift from source, free will. Um, a lot of people think that that's not a good thing. It'd be so much easier if source just told us what to do and we did it. Yeah, but where's the growth in that, right? You know, there is none. So, um, I don't know where I want to go with that, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. Mm. But, so, what other stories can I tell you? I don't know. I don't know. Um, let's see. So Judy's still on. She's my diehard girl. Um, let's see what else. What else can I talk about, Judes? Hmm? Let's see. God, I said I could talk for 2 hours, so I better live up to that, huh? Yes. So, let's talk about cleansing. Let's do that. Let's talk about cleansing. You wanna? Why not? So, being a light worker, um, which is what I call myself, there's a couple things that really helps when you're a light worker. One of them is cleansing. You could do it with um, you could do it with smudging. My favorite happens to be Palo Santo. But I also use sage. I use dragon's blood. Um, I love incense. Incense is wonderful. Candles. I got a candle going back here. I usually always have a candle going when I'm doing any kind of metaphysical work because it's wonderful how it transmutes energy. Um, but for the purposes of cleansing right now, what I want to talk about is cleansing yourself, cleansing your energy. Okay. Um, a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, I don't know that for sure, so I'm not going to say that. But many people, I'll just speak for myself. That's the best way to do it, right? Yeah. So for me, cleansing was always, physical, taking a shower, taking a bath, making sure you're clean, washing your hands, blah, 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 blah. Soap and water, soap and water, soap and water. Especially after COVID came and oh my gosh, sanitize, wash, sanitize, wash. It's all in our heads now. Um, and that's great for physicality. That's wonderful. But when I'm talking about cleansing, I'm talking more about cleansing the energy of yourself. So how do we do that, right? How do we make sure that the energy that we bring into our home is clean or pure or right or positive, right? Well, there's a couple different ways. Um, when I'm doing work outside the house, um, I will. I'll usually stand outside. It's either outside my home or outside the venue, wherever, and I will just kind of shake that energy off into the ground because the earth loves to take shit and make it into fertilizer. So I'm going to give it all that crap and let the earth do what the earth does, just shake it all off. So the other thing that I will do is before I do work, I always ask for some kind of protection. I do an opening, which I did before I got on here. And I did not ask you guys permission because if you come on and ask me a question, just by coming on, you're giving me permission to read your energy. So, usually I ask. I do an invocation or an invitation to energy to come in. And during that invocation, I ask for protection from lower vibration. Um, I work very well with my guides. My guides are my 24/7 peeps. They have full carte blanche to come in and do what they need to do. If I'm not seeing something, I trust them 100%. They can do what they need to do. I have given them that permission. Um, so, cleansing again. I do a rainbow cleanse every day. And I call it a rainbow cleanse. You could call it a chakra cleanse. And I just run through the colors of the rainbow because that's the seven chakras, right? Eight chakra, however you want to put it. And I will just imagine a shower coming down in each color. And as the color hits me, it can be a tar like substance that comes off, it can be dust, it can be ash, it can just be filth, whatever it is, it'll come off and go again into Mother Earth so Mother Earth can use it for her good. She will transmute it for us. So I do that every day um, with the intent. And again, if I haven't said this yet, intent means the heart and the mind agree. Yeah. If it's just a heart thing or just a mind thing, then it's just an idea. Intent is when they agree and they align. So with the intent, when I'm doing this rainbow cleansing, that all emotions, all energies that do not belong to me will be washed away. Uh, you can do this with, when you sage yourself. With you can use sage as a protection. You can use sage as a cleanser. You can use sage as a ceremonial preparation. Smudging is really a wonderful thing. I love smudging. I like to use Palo Santo. I love number one. I love the smell. It smells so good. Number two, it's a great neutralizer of energy. Um, what else do I use? Oils. Oh, I got a bunch of oils back here. Oh my gosh. Look at all my oils. Oh my goodness. I have oils to beat the band. This is just a couple of them, but I have a lot of oils. What I get? Lavender, Rescue and Renew, eucalyptus, lots and lots of oils. I will use them. I will sometimes anoint someone. I will sometimes anoint myself. Um, I will use it to help in the meditative state. I'll use it to cleanse. Um, a pine is a wonderful cleansing oil that really helps to cleanse your aura, so to speak. Um, to get you going, do some kind of citrus. That's a really good energizing scent. How else do I cleanse? Oh, I have a fountain. I'll use the sound of water. Very cleansing. I have a rain stick, which I use quite a bit. I love the rain stick. I love it, and that's a nice rain sound, and that can get you into that whole space of um, water cleansing you. Um, envisioning that. What else? I use candles. Can like I said, the flame will help to transmute energy. What else do I use? Sound. I use sound healing. That can be a very clearing. That can help to get your chakras in order and aligned. Those crystals. I use crystals. I love crystals. And sometimes I will put them on my body or put them on someone else's body. Cleansing crystals. Cleansing crystals. It can be tricky. You need to know your crystal. Most of them you can put in salt or rice. Some of them you don't want to put in running water because they'll dissolve. Many of them you can. Um, if you have a selenite plate, ah, selenite plate. This is selenite, and this one has a tree on it, tree of life. This helps to cleanse and charge other crystals. I love selenite for that reason. I love selenite. Selenite's one of my favorites. And Judy, who's watching tonight, gave me three wonderful pieces of selenite. Thank you so much, darling. And I love them. So, but selenite's a wonderful thing. If you have a crystal you're not really sure about, you're like, I don't know, do I need to clean it? Put it on a piece of selenite and let it sit. Just let it sit for a couple of days. And then use your intuition as to, are you done? Pick it up, feel it. I know this sounds woo woo, but I'm telling you, everything has energy. Everything. This computer obviously has energy. My rings have energy. This has energy. Everything has energy. So when you pick up your stone, your crystal, feel it. Put it in the palm of your hand. Feel it. How does it feel? Does it feel like, yeah, it's good? Or does it feel like, I'm not feeling anything yet? What's going on? Put it back on. Let it sit for a little longer. Use your intuition. We all have it. We all have intuition. I don't care what anyone says. We all have abilities. Each and every one of us. Living is hard. Living as a human is very, very difficult. It's not easy. So, yeah, we've been given a little bit of extra stuff. Thank goodness, right? Thank goodness. So, use it. It's given to you to use. Don't save it for a special occasion. Use it now. Okay? Now, this is one of the stones that you don't want to put this in running water. You don't want to put it in salt. It will dissolve. Selenite is it's very water soluble. So don't put it in water, people. Please don't put it in water. So what else have we got? What were we talking about? We were talking about cleansing. Yeah, so we were talking all about cleansing. Um, hmm, what else do I use? I'm looking around to see what else I use for cleansing. Resins, which are very much like incense. You burn those. Um, I think that's about it. Again, sound. Ooh, you want to see something cool? I'm going to show you something cool. I'm going to show you something cool. Yeah, yeah. So, I love quartz crystal singing bowls. I love them. I have them set up. I'll show them to you. They're over here. See them? Yeah, there they are. I have them set up all the time. They're they hold a place of honor in my practice room. But I also have this cute little Tibetan singing bowl. Isn't that cute? Yes, yes, people, it's purple. It is. It is. It's more reddish purple than blue purple. It looks more blue there, but and oh, you see the inside. It's got like a grid. Isn't that beautiful? And the outside is a lotus. Yeah, yeah, I love it. And I will play this right on people. Yeah, because vibration is a really good way to cleanse your your inner energy, ooh, your cells. Am I supposed to be holding it like that? No, no. Obviously, I don't play with this a lot, but I do love it. Yes, yeah. So I will play that on people, um, and that helps with cleansing. So cleansing is important, but what's more important than cleansing is the intent you use when you do it. Okay. And again, intent is when the head and the heart agree. They have to agree. They have to agree. Um, Otherwise, it's just an idea, and it's not helpful. So yeah, yeah. So cleansing is a really, really wonderful thing to do for yourself. Um, yeah. What else are we going to talk about? Mm, let's see. I'm looking all around. Let's see what else we could talk about. Mm. Oh, oh, oh. I'm getting up again. Yep, I am. All righty. Woohoo. So this is more divination. But when you use this, you can tell if you need cleansing. Yeah. I love pendulums. I absolutely adore them. I'm not good with them, and I'll tell you why. I have asthma. Um, I take asthma medication. And I'm not sure if you know, but albuterol and steroids, they make you shake. So with this, I I don't trust that I'm not shaking. Does that make sense? Um, I know a lot of, I don't know a lot, but I do know of some energy workers who love to use their pendulum and they'll just say, they'll ask a question. And if the answer's yes, go back and forth. If the answer's no, go in a circle. And it works for them. I don't trust that because of my shakiness. It doesn't mean I don't love them, though. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. It's another tool. So when uh, when we're working with energy, just like anything else, um, you need the right tools. If you're cooking, you need the right tools, right? You need the measuring cups, you need the measuring spoons, you need the bowls, you need the stove, the oven, you need the ingredients, you need the correct tools. It's the same thing with energy work. You need the correct tools. If you don't have the tools, it makes it harder. It doesn't make it impossible. It doesn't make it impossible. I mean, honestly, probably I'm my biggest tool. I don't know how I feel about that statement, but you know what I mean. Um, but the tools that we have, don't be afraid to try them, to experiment with them, to see what tool works for me and what tool doesn't. That's, you know, I love this, but it's not a tool that works for me. Oh, doesn't mean I'm going to just, you know, not have it. It's important for me to have it because I do a lot of teaching. I want people to know this is a tool that you could use. It's not a tool that I prefer, but it is a tool that is usable. What other tools? Ouija boards. Oh boy, did I just hit a nerve with that one, I'm sure. Ouija boards are just a tool. That's all they are. They're like cards. They're like they're like they're like this. What did I say this was? Pendulum. I'm so funny. It's just a tool. And again, what makes a tool effective? Practice, intent, right? Intent. Uh, Figuring out how to use it, not just going in blindly. You don't give a power tool to a 3-year old. No, no, they don't have that maturity. They don't understand how to use it, and they're going to hurt themselves like anything else. Okay. So it's not so much the tool. Oh, thank you very much. My guides are chiming in now. It's not the tool that has the capability. The tool only allows the user to bring forth their natural abilities. Okay? That's it. It's a tool. You can give a chisel and hammer to a sculptor and they can make something beautiful out of a block of rock. And then you could give a chisel and a hammer to somebody else and they make a lot of chips. Yeah. So it's not the tool. Please remember that. It's not the tool. The tool simply helps you to experience, explore, find out your ability, how it works. That's all it is. It's just a tool. Okay. What other tools can we talk about? Oh, I got an itchy ear. That's not cool. All right. How about we do another card? Why not? Let's do these. I love these cards. These are my favorite cards. Hey, come on, come on. All right. These are my favorite cards. The Oracle of the Seven um, energies. Yes. Oracle of the Seven Energies. Oracles of the Seven. So, yeah, they're beautiful. Look at them. So pretty. So we'll just pull a card for this. Why not? We're just sitting around talking, having a good time. That's what we're doing. Yeah, it's fun. Telling stories, pulling cards, talking about whatever. I just realized that my wallflower is empty. So I'll have to refill that. Yes. So okay. So here we go. Ready? 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 It is body and soul. Ooh. This is pretty much all right. Well, we're getting a message tonight, kids, and the message is look at that. Look at how pretty that is. The message is pay attention. Notice all the little stuff. It's pretty much the same as the last card. What a surprise! But it's all about noticing the little things and realizing how miraculous they are and how beautiful. Look at that top. Can you see it? Look at that. It's almost like a wait a minute. It almost looks like an insect, but it's not. It's just this beautiful design. Oh, just lovely. So pretty. And simple, but wonderful. Simple and wonderful. And oh, I just love all of the design in this. So pretty. Just not taking again, not taking things for granted or not glossing them over. Noticing each and every little aspect, of our living experience and saying, you know what? That is that's something. That's something to behold. That's that's pretty cool, right? And yeah, being mm, being impressed by the mundane is what I'm hearing. Realizing, not even realize, just acknowledging that what is every day is magical. Everyday stuff is magical. It just is. I mean, oh, I love it. It's so beautiful. Look at these colors. It's just so, this is right up my alley, the purple and the green. Right up my alley. Here we go. Where is that? Yeah. Just look at that. It's just beautiful. It's body and soul. Oh, that brings up, yes. Thank you. Body and soul. So, we're going to talk about the who and the what. Yes, we are. So, I really do like to say that there is a who and a what to each and every one of us. Um, the who is, I'll say the soul, and the what is the body. Now, the what will change with every lifetime, but the who will not. You remain the same who, just different circumstances, different social economic degrees. No idea what that means, but just hang with me. Um, different physicalities, different relationships, but the who inside remains the same. So, ooh, okay. So, say you were say you were a healer in a past life. Well, you're still a healer because that is your who. Okay, that's not your what, that's your who. So being all right, I'll say that. Being a magical being doesn't stop just because you pass on. Okay? It continues and it regurgitates into the next existence. It was kind of a gross analogy, but okay. So it doesn't matter if you aren't feeling it in this lifetime. That's okay. All right. You just haven't discovered it yet, and that's all right. That's okay. Um, and we have free will, like I said before. So, you know, because your who doesn't change, it doesn't mean doesn't mean that you have to practice it. It doesn't mean that you have to do it. Because you have that choice. You have that free will. You can make that decision. Okay? So, you come into being, you're a healer. But in this lifetime, perhaps you're like, don't want to do it. I want to be a healer right now. You have that decision. Now, does that mean that you won't be healing people? No, it doesn't. Because when you are a healer, when that's your who, um, you'll be healing without trying. People will sit down to you and feel bitter. You didn't do anything. It's just that's who you are. That's how your energy field works. So, mm, but you don't have to consciously do anything if you don't want it. Oh, what? Yeah. You don't have to continue with the healing aspect of your living situation if you don't want to. You don't. But your who's gonna do it anyway. Gonna do it anyway. Just don't ask me why. I don't know. I just know that that's how it is. So I don't know why. It just is. So the who and the what, although closely associated, they're not the same. Okay. So, um, yeah. So what else are we going to talk about? Oh my goodness. Let me see. I'm just looking around for all kinds of stuff to talk about. 'Cause, yeah. So, oh, you know what? Let me look at my schedule. We'll talk about things to come. We'll talk about things to go. Oh, let's talk about this. Yes. We're going to talk about this. Hold on. Let me look it up here. Mm. This Saturday, um, we have an event going on. Blue Flower Moon Body, Mind, Spirit, and Craft Fair. Okay, that's presented by Claim, my friend Sharon, and that's May 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's going to be at Space Holistic Services, and that's at 1642 Pleasure House Road in Virginia Beach. I'm going to be doing readings. There are three readers. There's me. There's I got to make this bigger. Sorry. Rusa Haruja. I don't think I'm saying that right. Haruju. Rusa reads. My friend Bob Harrison, who does rune readings. I just got runes and I'm starting to play with them. Another tool, and I'm doing card readings. So yeah, so and there's also chair massages by Raven Star. So you can just show up and get what you want. You can pre-book uh, by calling or texting Sharon at 948-232-5576. Again, that's 948-232-5576. And that's May 30th from 10 to 2. So that's coming up. Let me look at my calendar for more things. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's see. Ooh, do 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 do. What's that? So the Congress is going to be at the ARE, or yeah, it's Congress, and that's on I think it's the 10th and 11th or 9th and 10th of June. I'll be doing readings on the 10th, so you can always call the the bookstore, the ARE bookstore, to book a reading. Let me get you that number. Hold on a second. You think I'd know this by heart, don't you? But I don't. I don't. Absolutely. So, yeah, if you're a member of the ARE, I think you get a $5 discount. Um, no. Mm, Bookstore. Okay, I'm getting the number, is what I'm doing. Okay, I'm getting the number. And the number for the ARE bookstore is 757-457-7231. Okay, and it's on Atlantic Avenue in Virginia Beach. Yeah, it's pretty much oceanfront. Um, and they have a wonderful bookstore there. It's really a lot of fun. And like I said, I'll be doing readings. Um, I'll be doing readings from, I think it's 10:30 to 4. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that's when it is. So yeah. So I'll be doing, and I usually do card readings, but if you want to come in and just ask questions, that's fine too. I don't have to do card readings. I can, just answer questions if you like. Let's see what else is coming up. mm On the 17th of June, which is a Wednesday, I will be doing card readings at Papa's Pub, and that's at what is it? It's 2105 Diamond Springs Road in Virginia Beach, and it's the corner of Diamond Springs and Shore Drive. So it's like a little biker bar. It's so much fun, but they have the best wings. So good, so good, so good. What else is coming up? Let's take a look here. Oh, and then on June 20th, which is a Saturday, I will be doing the second workshop in a series of 6 for Psychic Development 2.0. I'm going to be doing it at my home because the moon doesn't have availability for us at the time. So it's from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can go to my website, www.lovewearetree.com, and purchase this, or you can purchase it when you come here. So, yeah, if you're interested, you can text me, email me, message me on here. And then I'll give you the address if you don't have it. I know you have it, Judy. Um, so there's that. Let's see what else is coming up. Anything else? Anything else? That's it for June. Yes, that's it for June. So, yeah. So, you know what I think maybe I'll do? Maybe I'll read a little excerpt from my book. Um, oh, how about chapter 15, sharing some stories? Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I don't think I'll read the whole chapter, but I'll read a little bit. You ready? Okay. I still struggle with my own credibility at times, much to the chagrin of my guides. Yeah. But to be honest, I am a performer. I love to be on stage. I love to be the center of attention. I am not an introvert. Can you tell? I don't know. I hear my guides laughing as I write this, and yeah, they do. I still sometimes fall into the spiral of the past, thinking that it's all made up and a product of my imagination. Let me share some events that have brought me down to earth, so to speak. One of the very early readings I did for a friend of my daughter's. They had met at the horse barn where my daughter took lessons and later boarded her horse. I had known her for several years, and during the reading, I got an impression of something to do with a horse trailer. My mind immediately went to, really? Horse trailer? That's a given, you idiot. And I pretty much discounted it as me projecting from my knowledge of her. A few months later, she posted on Facebook that she was gifted a horse trailer. I was stunned. I wrote on her page that she had to be kidding. She asked me why, and I reminded her of the reading, which she had forgotten all about. But I remembered because I felt stupid for saying it during the reading. Some coincidence, huh? Another early reading I did for someone I did not know, I channeled, full-fledged channeled her grandmother. I felt what she felt. I cried almost hysterically and begged for her forgiveness as if I were her grandmother. The voice did not seem to be mine, and I had no control over what I was saying. This was the first time a spirit took me over, and it was very disconcerting to say the least. I have since learned to be clear about boundaries. The client understood the message, and it all made perfect sense to her. She was extremely grateful, and I was extremely exhausted. I do not let spirits take me over anymore. That's not, yeah, not cool. Ugh, okay. Sometimes, as a psychic, I will get information when I am not expecting it. I was at a dental appointment for a tooth that needed a crown when suddenly there were a lot of spirits crowded around the dentist. They were all thanking him and expressing gratitude on behalf of their families. I did not tell the dentist as he had sharp instruments inside my mouth at the time. Afterward, I was full of Novocaine and could not express myself without drooling or spitting all over the place, so I kept my mouth shut, which is something I don't normally do. I had to go back for my permanent crown a few weeks later, and before he started working on me, I told him I needed to tell him something. I was very nervous, as it was early in my awakening, and I did not tell many people about my abilities at that time. I was literally shaking. I explained that I was a psychic medium and that there were a lot of spirits that wanted to thank him for his efforts in identifying them. He looked at me kind of stunned. Then there were three or four of them who understood how hard he tried, but he just could not identify them. They wanted him to know how grateful they were for his time and determination and that they did not blame him in any way. At this point, he looked at his assistant as if to say, "What the hell?" His assistant told me that the dentist had worked on remains from 9/11, identifying many people from tooth fragments. He grabbed my hand and said that he always had a sense of guilt for not being able to identify all the victims. He was very moved to know that these unidentified souls held no malice or blame. There were tears in his eyes, and he excused himself for a moment before fitting the crown. It was my first public declaration of claiming my abilities, and I was petrified to do it. But I was glad I told him and could relieve some of his remorse. Relive. So those are just some stories that have gone on with this journey that I'm on. Um, and it gets more and more fascinating, um, being able to do this and being able to help people and seeing honestly seeing that spark in someone's eyes when they're like, "Oh, that's what that is." Are you kidding me? No, not. No, it's very cool. It's really cool to watch somebody awaken to the fact that there's more than just what we can see, more than we can touch, more than we can hear, you know? That there's a lot more going on than what we physically intake. Ooh, like that. Yeah. So I really do enjoy what I do very, 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 very much. It is an honor, really, to be able to do this and to work with people who um, seem to enjoy it, seem to enjoy talking with me, allowing me to read their energy and mostly confirm things they already know. Right? That's yeah. That's a lot of what I do is just give affirmation to people on things that they suspect or um, have an inkling of. You know, oh, I wonder if this is real. It is. Um, yeah, and it's just it's nice to be able to be a sounding board for people who don't have one, right? Don't have a support system or um, are afraid to find a support system. Yeah, because they're too fearful of what people might think. Don't be fearful because it doesn't do you any good. Being fearful does no good. It doesn't serve any purpose other than keeping your mouth shut, other than missing stuff, you know, um, missing out on things. So, um, one thing I like to tell everyone I run into is that the opposite of love is fear. It's not hate, it's fear. And when you're living in fear, you cannot love or be loved. It's they're mutually exclusive. So I like to tell everyone, again, everyone I run into, that when you are feeling fear, flood your thoughts, flood your brain, flood your emotions with things you love, whatever it is. If it's a TV show, a book, a particular pattern on a chair, ice cream, gummy worms, I don't care what it is that you love. Your grandchild, your child, your spouse, you know, that funny little scar you have on your pinky, whatever it is that you love and brings you joy, flood your mind with it. Because when you do that, your vibration automatically rises. And all those little lower vibrational beings, those little goobers that come in trying to get you to feel yucky so that they can just feast on your misery. Mm. And you don't feed them, they go. They scatter, they go away. Fill your mind with love, lovely images, things that you love, um, things that make you relaxed and joyous. Sunrise, a sunset, the moon. Oh, the moon. When the moon is at the crescent, oh, I don't think there's much prettier than that. I mean, a full moon's cool, but a crescent moon, oh, a crescent moon just takes my breath away. It's so beautiful. Oh. And then to think about why it's a crescent. And the reason it's a crescent is because that's the only part that's not in shadow. Oh, 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 that just made me tingle. Oh, I love that. I love it. How amazing is that? Talk about miraculous. Oh my gosh. Oh, gotta love it. So fill your mind with those things and fear just naturally drops away. It's wonderful. It really is. So what else are we going to talk about? My goodness. All right, maybe I overestimated my ability to talk for such a long time. Although I'm doing pretty good, I think. It's an hour and 30 minutes. So not too bad, right? Yeah. So, um, Judy, you got a question? Something you're dying to know? Are you still there? Um, let's see. What can we talk about? Mm, mm. Oh, let's talk a little bit about. No, I don't want to talk about that. Never mind. We're not going to talk about that. What do I want to talk about? Mm, mm. Oh, let's talk about ways to. Well, we did protection. Whew. No, we did cleansing. We didn't do protection. Let's talk about ways that you can protect yourself or your home. Mm. There's a lot of different ways to do protection. Look at no this way. There we go. Okay, a lot of different ways for protection. There's the light method, surrounding yourself with light. There's the bubble method. I use that a lot, and that is just um, there's the oh, I would love to close out, but I did say I would be here till 9:30, so I got to keep it up. The old integrity thing, sweetheart. Um, okay, bubbling up. For me, what bubbling up is visualizing a bubble coming out of my heart space and surrounding my body. And then whatever it is that I want to include in this protection bubble, I expand my bubble out to include it. Now, the reason I do it this way, that's a good thing, and not just make the bubble big in the beginning, is because when I expand my bubble to encompass those that I'm allowing within, it pushes out anything I don't want. Now, if I just put the bubble up and there's things that I don't want, then they're encased in the bubble. NG right there, don't want that. So when I when I expand it, it kind of pushes out anything that is not of light, love, goodness. It pushes that out, and then I will allow, like when I do it at night, it's I allow my husband and my dog and my cat to be inside my bubble, and when the expansion happens, it pushes out everything else because that is a protection bubble. That is a sacred space, and they do not have the permission to come through that. So that's a way to protect. Um, Physicality ways to protect. Putting salt barrier around your home. I would cleanse the home first to make sure that you're bubbling, get everything out, and then put the salt around. Okay. Um, there's black salt. That's a whole nother thing. And that's very powerful protection. You can put salt on your windowsills to make sure nothing comes in. Um, Selenite. Selenite is a wonderful protection. When you have little pieces of selenite, put it. I have a little square that I have over my doorway going in and out of the house because it's a great cleanser, and it's a really good I haven't experienced it yet, but I've been told there is anecdotal evidence that when you have that over your doorway and someone that has ill will toward you, they won't be able to enter your home. That's pretty cool, right? I like that. Like I said, anecdotal evidence. Yes. So, what else? Other ways of protecting yourself. The wall. The wall. That's a very popular one. Building a wall around yourself for protection. I'm not a big fan of that, mainly because it doesn't let things out. It doesn't let. I'm a sharer. I share my energy, and if I build a wall, the energy doesn't won't get out because I built that wall. It'll get out through the bubble, but it won't get out through the wall. Um, and again, that is my interpretation, and that's my belief. So if that's my belief, that's what's going to happen. It may not be yours. I don't know. I don't know what your belief is. Don't know. Um, Other things you can carry. Um, you can carry certain stones with you for protection. I have, as Judy knows, I have a wonderful little rock thing that gives me all the protective stones. I love that. So, yeah. So, what's a good protective stone? Let's look. Let me look. Photos. Ah, no, not that. No, not that. I don't know how to work my phone. It's here we go. Oh, this is it. Oh, wait a minute. Are you telling me stuff? Oh, here we go. That's a healing stone. Mm. Citrine is a healing stone. I want to find a nice protective. Is that one? Is that one? It says healing, but I don't think. Mm. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Mm. It's a good luck stone, so you could use it for protection. It's supposed to strengthen one's reproductive health. That's Amazonite. Um, Type desert rose. Septarian. That's a protective stone. So Septarian is a protective stone. Um, let's see. It's Septarian. Yeah, nurtures and grounds the wearers, brings about feelings of happiness and understanding. I like to keep it front and center because it is such a protective stone. I had it in my living room in New York for a long time because it was never not that I didn't not that I felt in danger, but I never felt comfortable. I felt comfortable in my home, but not in the place, if that makes sense. Like if I could have taken that home and moved it somewhere, I would have, but I couldn't, so I didn't. So there you go. So there you go. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. Quartz. Now, quartz, I don't know if you know this about quartz. Quartz is like a magical kind of stone because it enhances every other stone that you have. Like this is a cloudy quartz right here. Or is it cloudy or smoky? No, that's a cloudy quartz. That's a cloudy quartz right there. So it will enhance all the other stones that are on here. And we've got smoky quartz. We've got that is turquoise. I'm not sure what that one is. I think that's amethyst. Citrine. There's garnet. Not that is a an agate. Okay. So, yeah. So this enhances all the energies of this. Now, is it important that you have a larger or smaller stone? No, no. The energy that's in that stone really has nothing to do with the size of the stone. Um, Sometimes it's just fun to have a big one, right? It's fun to have a big crystal. But other times, you could have just a small little one and it's just as powerful. It's just as amazingly energetic. Um, Picking stones, the way you want to pick stones is you want to feel them. You want to put them in your hand. Put them in the palm of your hand. I've got stones over here. I've got stones everywhere. Yeah, I do. So here's a yeah. This is an uh, is that amethyst or is that, wait a minute? Let me see. Yeah, these are uncut amethyst. So the way you want to pick a stone is if you're shopping or wherever. I mean, sometimes stones come to you. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you'll be walking on a road, beach, out in the backyard, and there's this stone, and you pick it up, and you're like, oh, that's something. Keep that. Just keep it. But mostly when you're picking a stone, you want to put it in your. You can either one. I prefer the left hand because the left hand seems to be the more receptive. Um, but some people believe right hand. It's up to you. Okay. I prefer the left. So put it in the palm. All right, and just let it sit there for a minute. Be quiet. I have a hard time doing that. Can you tell? Yeah, I do. I have a hard time being quiet. Yeah, but be quiet and let your palm feel it. And if there's several different ones, you want to do them one at a time. Give them a minute, minute and a half, and then pick up the next one and do the same thing. Okay. Now, if there's six stones, and it works. I don't know why it works, but it does. Um, you do them one at a time, and you'll get to where it'll be between two or three stones. So you just keep with those stones until the one that just feels best. And it sometimes it can take a while. If you're doing six stones, give yourself 15 minutes. You know, don't rush it. If you don't have the time, take the one you think is prettiest. I mean, I don't know. But I like to feel them. And sometimes, if you're really tuned in, yeah, if you're really tuned in, you can just put your hand over the tray of stones or the and um, kind of zone in on that one. That can happen too. There's no right or wrong way to pick a crystal. Okay, pick the way that works for you. I do the palm thing. I've also done the hover thing, but I prefer the palm thing because for me that gets it more pinpoint than the hover. But if the hover works for you, do the hover. Yeah, yeah. So I know people that the crystals actually talk to them. Sounds weird, but it's true. I've never had a crystal actually speak to me. I usually go by feel. That's usually how I do my crystals, is by how it feels in my hand. So um, I can also, and again, this isn't always, um, but usually, like if I have three or four stones, and I'm like, which one do I give? Because it's supposed to give a stone. I can usually feel which one I'm supposed to be giving to that person. Um, and oh, that's true. They're like, my guides just told me it's not really the stones that are speaking, it's the guides. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah. So maybe when somebody says, "Oh, the stone is speaking to me," it's not really the stone; it's their guides saying, "Get this one." Yeah. So, um, yeah. So, um, I'm not going to stay until 9:30. It's 9:18, and yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to come on. It's just me and Judy. Thank you so much for being here, my love. Um, I know you guys. You're probably getting tired, and I keep yawning, which is not a good look for me. I'm sorry. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. So let's close out before I do, because you know you can't leave the channel open. You just can't do it. So we're going to close out. Here we go. Deep breath in and out. Thank you for this time we've had together. I ask that you would let love, harmony, and joy follow us now and the rest of our days. And it's with the greatest of gratitude that I say, and so it is. So thank you so much for joining me, Judy. For those of you that are watching the replay, thank you so much for doing so. This was my celebration live for having 100 subscribers. So excited. Just, I'm blessed beyond measure. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. And as always, I will tell you to live blessed because, yeah, you deserve it. Don't forget that. And now to close it. Here we go. Bye, guys.